fuel shortages, energy fears, a country on edge. Once again, the people of Ghana find themselves bearing the brunt of a crisis that seems to come with every transition. Today, on Chains Unbroken, we ask the hard questions. Why are fuel supplies running dry? Why are we on the verge of an energy crisis? And most importantly, could this have been avoided? I'm Gabugbuji for Chains Unbroken. Let's uncover the truth. Across Ghana, fuel stations are closing their pumps and frustrated citizens are left stranded. Those with access to fuel exploit the desperation of others, selling at outrageous prices. A litre that should cost 15 Ghana cedis suddenly costs 30 Ghana cedis. Tro drivers hike fares, and passengers have no choice but to pay. The government's debts to bulk oil distribution companies have reached critical levels, leaving fuel stock at zero. But this isn't just a story about fuel. It's about trust, governance, and what this government knew all along. But are the lights really on? And if so, for how much longer? Could Nana Addo's statement suggest that he knew of the looming energy crisis but chose to mask it? Was this an admission of foresight or simply a diversion from the truth? The signs were there. Over the years, Ghana's energy sector has been plagued by mounting debts. Bulk oil distribution companies have repeatedly warned the government about unpaid arrears. Yet those warnings fell on deaf ears. Why? Because addressing the problem would have exposed the cracks in the system, a collapsing system. And yet, our leaders assured us that all was well. Is this negligence or is it something more sinister? Let's revisit Nana Addo's statement. He inherited an economy with lights off, he kept the lights on, and he is leaving with them still on. On the surface, it sounds like a victory lap. But let's dig deeper. Could this be an acknowledgement of the looming energy crisis? Did the government know that debts were piling up and that this crisis was inevitable? Reports show that as early as 2021, energy sector debts had reached unsustainable levels. Payments to independent power producers were delayed. Bulk oil companies were crying for help. And yet, no decisive action was taken. Instead, we were given the illusion of stability. This crisis is not just about one government. It's about a system that allows such failures to happen repeatedly. Our constitution, hailed as a living document, has failed to protect the people from the consequences of poor governance. Why does it allow governments to borrow recklessly and leave office without accountability? Why are there no strict rules to ensure the energy sector remains stable? Imagine if our constitution demanded strict fiscal discipline. Imagine if it required governments to leave the energy sector and the economy in better shape than they found it. Wouldn't that spare us these endless cycles of crisis? The fuel shortages we see today are not just a failure of leadership, they're a betrayal of the Ghanaian people. This betrayal is not unique to Nana Addo's government. It has happened before, and it will happen again unless we demand accountability. We must challenge our leaders. Why should we suffer in fuel queues while they live comfortably? Why should the ordinary citizen bear the burden of their poor decisions? And why should we trust a system that has failed us time and time again? This is our moment. Share this video. Let your voice be heard. Demand that our constitution evolves to hold leaders accountable. Together, we can break the chains of mismanagement and build a Ghana that works for everyone. This has been Chains Unbroken. I'm Gabugbuji. If you're tired of the excuses, the cycles, and the crises, join the movement. Like, comment, and subscribe. Together, we can spark the change Ghana so desperately needs.